Capitulum quintum, Villa et Hortus, the villa and the garden. Chapter 5. Ecce villa et hortus Julii. Look at the villa and the garden of Julius. Julius in magna villa habitat. Julius lives in a big villa. Pater et mater et tres liberi in villa habitant. The father, the mother, and 3 children lives in the villa. Julius et Aemilia tres liberos habent, duos filios, et unam filiam, non duas filias. Julius and Aemilia have 3 children, 2 sons and 1 daughter, not 2 daughters. Okay. Indicativus singularis et pluralis, singular and plural. Indicative, singular and plural. Singularis is Julius in villa habitat, singular. Julius live in the villa. Julius filiam habet. Julius have a daughter. So singular verbs, right? 1 house and 1 daughter. Pluralis. Julius et Aemilia in villa habitant. And Julius and Aemilia live in the villa. So we got plural habitat. And just like we explained in the last video, the ending on these is assumed to be he, she, or it. In this video, we're gonna do he, she, it, and they, and there, without having it embedded in the verbs. And this one would be they, of course, right? 2 people, they. Julius et Aemilia filiam habet. Julius and Aemilia have a daughter. Plural habet. And villa multi servi habitat. And the villa there lives many servants. Dominus eorum est Julius, is multos servus habet. The master, their master, eorum, is Julius. There live many slaves. Or he has many slaves. You gotta pay attention. That he is, we talked about that before in the last video. Habet has muchos servos, many slaves. Ancillae quoque multae in villa habitat. There's also many maids, and many maids also live in the villa. Domina earum est Aemilia, ea multas ancillas habet. Their mistress is Aemilia. She has many maids. Julius in villa sua habitat cum magna familia. Julius lived in his villa with a big family. Cum, a new word, with. always going to be cum. Preposiciones in and cum. Prepositions in and with. Just like in English, the same rules. Julius habitat in magna villa. Julius lived in the big villas. Julius habitat cum magna familia. Julius lived with a big family. Pater et mater habitat cum Marco et Quinto et Julia. The father and mother lives with Marcus, Quintus, and Julia. Julius et Aemilia in villa habitat cum Liberis et Seduis et Angelis. And it should be able to be made out but for you by now. Julius and Amelia and lives in a villa with the children and the servants and the maids. Preposiciones in and cum. Singularis. Quintus venit cum uno libro. Quintus comes with one book. Julius habitat cum magna familia. Julius lived with a big family. Pluralis. Quintus venit cum multis libris. Quintus comes with many books, plural. Domini habitat cum magnis families. Masters live with big families. Villa Julii in magno horto is. The village, the house, the villa is in the villa of Julius is a big garden. In Italia sunt multae villae cum magnis hortis. In Italy, there are many villas with big gardens. In horti sunt rosae et lilia. In the garden are roses and lilia, not many. There are multae rosae. Julius multas rosas et multa lilia in horto suo habet. Julia have many roses and many lilies in his garden, suo horto, in horto suo, in his garden. Hortus Julii pulcher es, quia in eo sunt multae et pulchrae rosae liliaque. The garden of Julius is beautiful, pulcher, quia in eo sunt, because in it are many and beautiful roses and lilies. Is it quia because in it and eo sunt are multi, many, it pulchrae, beautiful, rosae, roses, plural, and lilies, liliaque. How about Julia? Aemilia femina pulchra is. Amelia is a pretty woman. Look at Morris. Fayum quod is Opidum in Egypto, Fayum, which is a city in Egypt. Hairstyles can be used to date female portraits, mask hair, the braids worn over the top of the head places the mark close to the period of the Roman Emperor Trajan, AD 98 to 117. The painting of the portrait was an occasion of all finery to display all this woman seen wearing a pearl or emerald necklace and earrings. Hold on. Cira non es femela pulcra. Neque pulcher es nasus eius sed foedus es. Cira non es femina pulcra. Cira is not a pretty woman. Neque pulcher es nasus eius. And don't have and doesn't have a pretty nose, nasus, but is ugly. Say by her nose is nasus. It's not pretty, but it's ugly. But basically, it's saying it. Because they're dealing with nasus. Foedus, ugly. Another new word. Pulcher or pulcra. It's pretty. Pulcher is a masculine version. Talking about nasus again. Sidra, quae bona ancilla es, nasum magnum et foedum habet. Sidra, who is a good slave, a good maid, ancilla. Nasum magnum, have a big nose and ugly, et foedum. Julius es vir Ameliae, feminae pulchrae. Julius is Amelia husband. She's a pretty woman. And you can say that as Julius is the husband of a pretty woman, Amelia. And we use waiter as husband in this. But just like we say it in modern time, we'll say man. Julius is Amelia's man. And feminine pulchrae. She's a pretty woman. Julius Aemiliam amat, quia ea pulchra et bona femina es. Julius loves Amelia because she's a pretty and good woman. Amelia Julium virum sum amat, et cum eo habitat. Amelia loves her man, Julia. Wiederum, again using man. You can say husband or man. And lives with him. Et cum et habitat eo cum eo, with him. Pater et mater libero suos amant. The father and the mother love their children. Julius non solus, sed cum Aemilia et cum magna familia in villa habitat. Julius is not alone, solus, or like solo, sed cum Aemilia, but with Amelia, et cum magna familia, and with the big family, in villa habitat. He lives in the villa. And again, we put it in English order. He lives with Amelia and a big family in the villa. In villa sunt duo ostia, ostium magnum et ostium parvum. In the villa are two doors, a big door and a small door. And you already know the cereals have to go through the small door. Villa duo ostia et multas fenestras habet. The villa has two doors and many windows. Fenestras. In villa Julii magnum atrium is cum pluvio. And the villa of Julius is a big atrium with an impluvio and a compluvium. We don't much got compluviums no more. You can get a mansion and have a glass compluvium, so you can just sit back and watch the stars from inside the house, from in the pool, and sit back and watch the stars. See, heritage and culture do pays. You can create something like this nowadays. Be the first one with one of these in your house. Let me continue like ramble. Quid is in impluvio. What is in the impluvium? And ale is aqua. It's water in it. And it is water. Ale. In atrio nullae fenestrae sunt. In the atrium, there's no windows. There are no windows. Etiam peristilum magnum et pulchrum in villa est. Also, etiam, that's a new word, etiam. Also in peristilum, there also is a big and pretty peristylum in the villa. Peristyle, that's something in like an outside porch. We can see in the background. Peristylum is vocabulum Graecum. Peristylum is a Greek word. And Willis Graecis et Romanis magna et pulchra peristyla sunt. And the villas in the Greek and Roman villas, they are pretty and big peristyles. Esne impluvium in peristylo. Is there an pluvium in the peristylo? E non in peristylo, say in atrio is. It's not in the peristyle, but in the atrium. The atrium, I think they still call it atrium in the modern times. And peristylo parus hortus is. And the peristyle is a little garden. And villa sunt multa cubicula. And the villa are many rooms. Quintus in cubiculo paro dormit. Quintus sleeps in a small room. And look at the more shine at the bottom. This must have been in Aegyptus. This picture. Esne magnum cubiculum marci, as their big room is marked. As their big room of Marcus. Id quoque parum is. It is also small. It is also small. Is the room of Marcus big? It is also small. Use it Aemilia in cubiculo magno dormiunt. Julius and Aemilia sleeps in a big room. Ubi dormiunt servi. Where does the slave sleep? Ii quoque in cubiculus lis dormiunt. Ii there also sleeps in rooms. So ubi servi dormiunt. Where do servants sleep? Ii, another new verb, word they. Quoque also dormiunt lives in cubiculis, in rooms. Sunt ne magna eorum cubicula. Are there big rooms? Talking about the servus, the servants. Ea non magna sunt. They are not big. Et multi servi in uno cubiculo dormiunt. And many servants sleeps in one room. So we gotta share a room. Etiam anculae multae in uno cubiculo dormiunt. Neque eae magna cubicula habent. Also there are many maids who sleep in one room, and they don't live in big rooms. Ea taking on they. AI feminine, but they're saying they, and they don't. Neque AI habent love magna cubicula in a big room, and they don't have a big room. Habent love will be habitat. Aemilia in peristilo is. Aemilia is in a peristyle. Esne sola. Is she alone? Aemilia sola non es. Aemilia is not alone. Liberi cum ea in peristilo adsunt. The children are present with her, cum ea in peristilo, in the peristyle. Julia abis. Julia is absent. Julius. Aemilia sine viro suo Julio and Vila es. Aemilia is without her husband Julius in the house, the Villa. Aemilia is in the Villa without her husband Julius. Sine, a new word, without. And again, Viro, you can say without her man. Prepositiones, prepositions, in, cum, in sine. Singulares, Quintus venit cum uno libro. Quintus comes with one book. Julius habitat in magna villa. Julius lived in a big villa. Amelia es sine viro sulo. Amelia is without her man. Ubi es Julius? Where is Julius? In opido tuscolo es sine Amelia se cum servis quator. In the city of Tuscolo. So he asks, where is Julius? In the city of Tuscolo. He is without Amelia, but with 4 servants. See back there, Keteri, Serui, the other servants, and Julius in Tusculum. Amelia como Marco, cuento Juliaque in peristilo es. Amelia is with Marcus, Quintus, and Julia in the peristyle. Julia rosas pulcras in horto videt, et ab Amelia discedit. Julius sees pretty roses in the garden and leaves from Amelia, ab Amelia, from Amelia. New word, discedit, leaves. Hold on. I'll take a drink. Okay, so Julia rosas pulcras in horto videt, et ab Amelia discedit. We already read this one, but Julia sees the pretty roses in the garden and leaves from Amelia. Jam ea cum Amelia non es. Now she is not with Amelia. Amelia eum non videt. Amelia doesn't see her. Eam. Puella in horto es. The girl is in the garden. You can see her back there. Amelia imperat. Marge e quinte. Julia vocate. Amelia commands. Imperat. A new verb, commands. Marcus and Quintus call Julia. Marcus et Quintus Julia vocant. Julia Winnie. Marcus and Quintus calls Julia. Julia come. Said Julia eos non audit neque venit. But Julia does not hear them, eos, neque, and does not venit, come. Julia pueros vocat. Julia calls the boys. Marque et quinte, venite hic multae rosae sunt. Marcus and Quentin, come. There are many roses here. Pueri Juliam adiunt, neque ii ab Amelia discedunt. The boys hear Julia, but does not leave from Amelia. But they does not leave from Amelia. Carpe rosas, Julia. Pick the roses, Julia. Julia rosas carpit, et cum quinque rosis ex horto venit. Julia picks roses, and with 5 roses, she exits. She leaves, comes out the garden. And you see another way of saying leave somewhere instead of discredit. You get leave, venit, comes, ex horto, out the garden, and ex is just another prepositiones, a preposition, and without those things are prepositions. And he also changed the word that it's talking about. In this case, the garden, hortus. Vide mater, videte pueri, videte rosas meas. Look, mother, look, boys, look at my roses. Julia later es rosa eam delectat. Julia is happy. The roses delight her. Another verb. Delectat, like, delights. Eke puella pulcra cum rosis pulcris. Look at my girl with, look at my pretty girl with pretty roses. Whereby Emiliae Juliam delectat. The words of Amelia pleases or delights Julia. Rosae pulchrae sunt, puella sine rosis pulchra non es. It look like Marcus saying the roses are pretty. The girl without roses are not pretty. Whereby Marci Juliam non delectant. The words of Marcus are not Julia. And I had a feeling that in Marcus the improbus puer. But the words of Marcus are not delight Julia. Emilia errata. Emilia angry says, Taki puera improbe, Julia puella pulcra es, cum rosis et sine rosis. Shut up, boy, bad boy, improbe, puer. Julia is pretty, as a pretty girl, with roses and without roses. Audite, Marque e Quinte. Listen, Marcus and Quentin. Mater non videt, nasum tuum fuedum. Mother, don't see your ugly nose. Marcus et Quintus rident. Ha ha ha. Marcus and Quentin laughs. Audi mama, pueri etiam redent. Listen, mama, or hear, mama. The boys are laughing at me. Also laughs at me. Or you can say, the boys also, in this case, yeah, also. The other context of the word etiam, but I guess we'll get there in another time. Right. Esto. Yeah, you can say Esto laughing at me. Let's make saying what Saints that's also laughs at me. Same thing. I hope I ain't skipped none. Julia plorat e cum una rosa ab is discedit. Julia cries, and with one rose she leaves them ease. Tacete pueri improbi nasu Juliae foedus non es. discedit ex peristilo. Sumite ceteras rosas asque in aqua ponite. Shut up, bad boys. The nose of Julia is not ugly. Leave the peristilo, leave out of the peristyle. Pick up the other roses and put them in the water. Eas them. Ponite, put. Sumite, pick up. I think we're gonna have these words, but in a different form right now. It's in a plural imperative form, giving commands, telling them to do it. Desquite, leave. Tarquete, shout out. So as you can see, even though it's long, you can break it down, and it wouldn't be so. It wouldn't look as hard as it looks. Pueri ceteras quator rosas sumunt, et cum ease discedunt. The boys picks up sumunt. The other 4 roses, ceteras quator rosas, and with them leaves. Amelia, quaiam sola es in peristilo, anquilas vocat. Amelia, who was now alone in the peristilo, calls the maids. Delia et Syria venite. Delia and Syria come. Delia et Syria ex atrio veniunt. Delia and Syria comes from out the atrium. Amelia eas interrogat. Amelia asked them, sunt ne pueri in atrio. What are the boys doing in the atrium? Delia responded. Delia responds, they are in the atrium. Let's see. Are the boys in the atrium? They are in the atrium. Did I say that? No, I say what are they doing in the atrium? In error. Say what are they in the atrium? You see, they are in the atrium. Quid agunt Marcus et Quintus. Now, what are they doing? What are Marcus and Quintus doing? Agunt. A new verb. And that's slightly different from faciunt in context. Agunt. Pueri aquam sumunt in ex impluvio. The boys are coming out of the water, out of the impluvio. Yeah, the impluvio of the pool. In-house pool. Et rosas et aqua ponit. And roses they're putting in the water. Yeah, the boys are out of the water in the pool. Sumunt and ponunt. Let's look that up. See the difference. I think we looked this up before. To buy, to take up, to cash, to assume. Okay. So they taking water from the impluvium. That don't really make sense. They putting water from the impluvium doesn't make sense. I know porno, they putting roses in the water. Hic domina et ancillae pueros adiunt ex atrio, quintus porat et Marcus ridet. Here the mistress and the maids, here the boys from the atrium. Quintus cries and Marcus laughs. Qui jam agunt pueri, age delia, discede et interrogaeos. What now are the boys are doing? Age delia, go delia, discede, leave et interrogaeos, and interrogate them, or ask them. And you see ag again, it's a different type of doing. They tell her to go delia, leave, and interrogate them. But this one, what are the boys doing? You'll get used to the differences as you read more. Deliab Amelia et Syria discadet. Delia leaves from Amelia and Syria. Amelia Siram interrogat ubi est Davus. Amelia asks Syria, where's Davus? Syria responded, in opido es cum domino, in the city with master. Syria responds, in the city with master. And you can see Domino's pizza. Domino means with master. Delia ex atrio venit et domina vocat. Delia comes from the atrium and asks the mistress and calls the mistress, Winnie, or domina, Winnie, come, or mistress, come. Quid est Delia? What's up, Delia? Quintus is in pluvio. Quintus is in the impluvium. In impluvio, quid agit puer in impluvio? In the impluvium, what is the boy doing in the impluvium? Aquam pusat et te vocat. He hits the water and is calling you. Quid agit Marcus? What is Marcus doing? Is ridet quia Quintus in aquaes. He is laughing because Quintus is in the water. O puere improbus est Marcus agite. Julian vocate ancillae. Oh, dishonest boy. Marcus, go call Julius. Call Julius, maids. Go and called Julius maids. Se Dominus in Opido is, but the master is in the city. O jam Rosus abes Julius. O Julius now is absent again. Rosus again. Age veni domina et Marcum Webera. Go. Let's go. Come, master, mistress, and beat Marcus. Qui agit domina. What are you doing, mistress? What is the mistress doing? Domina irata cum angelis ex peristilo discedit. The mistress, the angry mistress, with the maids, leaves the peristilo. The peristyle. Okay, that's the end of this chapter. We'll see you in the next one. Walete.